TV and sounding board. Tonight we're looking at naked Barbies. Why are we looking at naked Barbies? Because I got them for $1 each at a secondhand store for an idea just to show you a slight comparison of different bodies between in the 90s and the early 2000s. Now this Barbie here has still the classic head, but it has the torso, the altered torso of the doll, and it has the old arms from the 80s, and it has the new body, and it's still standing on the pigeon toes, as you can see here. But the torso of this doll is the same as this one, which it has the more modern head. As you can see, the two heads are very different they have a lot of similarities, but this is like the not the 70s, but the 80s and early 90s and late 90s head. This is the 2000s, but the body is the 2000s as well, because this one here even has the lanky arms, but the torso is the same. But this time they added the underwear to the mold, because it even has the underwear riding up to the butt crack, and she has the pop knees like the other one. But you know, it's like, are they the same height? No. This one's like, here's a good ruler. You can see the difference even underneath the messy hair. This is that the original head is slightly shorter, and it's slightly smaller than this head here, because they wanted to make Barbie more, as they would call it, anatomically correct. You know, because this one, you know, she still has the classic 80s round bottom. And the arms in the hand direction that go in directions that are kind of useless unless you turn the arm this way. But then the elbow looks awkward. You know, it's not like the modern one. This is the fat Barbie, the curvy Barbie, so maybe it's a bad representation. But as you can see, the size of the hand and the arm is different as well. Even though this is the curvy Barbie, the classic Barbie body even is a thicker mold. And let's pull her pants down and show you, because all Barbie's models don't have the butt crack there. Molded underwear actually looks and functions like molded flesh underwear, as you can see, compared to that, which, you know, and Parent Group, the only reason curvy Barbie was created is because they felt that the women needed a doll that represented them. And even at that, this is not a good representation of a curvy Barbie, of a curvy woman, because when you see a curvy woman, she's heavier in the stomach area, and she's more top heavy in the breast area, and the hips and the butt are wider length. You know, but going back to this one, this is like, you see how the heads have this kind of bloated, you know, that kind of like euphoric smile upon them. This one still has kind of like a girlish yet features to it, is where this one's kind of like more adult looking. So then you don't feel, it takes, like, I guess, the imagination away, because she's a thicker doll, a bigger doll now. You know. And even, you know, the face is altered just enough so it kind of looks like Barbie, but yet it doesn't, because this is the iconic Barbie look, and this has become the modern Barbie look. Because even curvy Barbie carries this heavier head, and the face, you know, that kind of like heavier childlike face now. The way they paint them up, the eyes are wider like an anime character, like this one. Penny, hush. You know, they don't, I don't think they carry bangs like they used to neither, because they're out of style. So they got this way folded back hair. Shh, dog. Knock it off. And so now they've gone, how do you put it? You know, this head is very iconic to a lot of people. But the problem is, you see a lot of these now popping up in secondhand stores. Because the girls aren't really playing with them as much as they used to, and they don't have their hair cut like they used to. You find tons of these kind, this head version, with the hair lopped off. I was lucky that this one still had the hair, and it still might be lopped off because it's kind of awkward in the back. I don't even know which one this is. I think this might be a Spy Barbie, the mystery group. I'm not really sure, because they were movable. But I remember them having the waist, the twist and turn waist, and the lower section to make parent groups happy was white, so it looked like they had granny panties. But they've replaced the pop knees with solid knees, or if you want to pay a little bit more, they are now fully posable now, if you want to pay for the mobility of the doll. But for the most part, even this one, this body type, it's almost non-existent, because this was the domestic doll, the doll that you could buy, you know, until the fashionistas came out, which recycled a lot of their old heads, as well as the heads from celebrities repainted to wear very high fashion costumes. And they were solid legs, solid arms, and molded into one pose, like mannequins. They offered very little play to a child. That's why you don't find them, and when you do find them, some of them are very collectible, even without the costume and the parts, just because they made in the fashionistas a lot of different hair color variations, and they used different heads. They weren't usually using the same Barbie head, one kind, like in the 90s and 80s they used that one a lot. And this is the modern look, which they use now. You know, it's Malibu Stacy from The Simpsons. Put a new hat on her, and she's oh, you gotta have her. But even the Malibu dolls are painted costumes now. You can't take them off, and or move the costume, you see that it reveals that they all have suntans. Because they became, I guess, politically incorrect. A child can't play with a doll that acknowledges the fact that women get suntans. And women like suntans. But we'll stop there for now, and maybe next time we do another nude Barbie look at. I'll see if I can get a hold of a fashionista doll to show you what their body types look like compared to these ones, or even Wonder Woman-esque the body, the muscular body, which is also used for the short-lived WWF dolls, and they were thicker than the modern posable Barbie. But until next time, this is the Sounding Board, signing off.